effort. It just makes me not. I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to stop now. Masashi Yokoi in the right of screen versus Kenji Yamanaka. They both accelerate down the front straight. Here we go. Yokoi. Nice entry from both cars. Big angle from Yokoi. Good speed. Kenji Yamanaka. Slightly less angle, but right on Yokoi's door. Big angle from Yokoi. Late on the brakes, early on the accelerator. Yokoi, huge angle coming around that corner. Big smoke, riding the curbs. Whoa, Kenji, what happened there?
Maybe he stepped on his own bumper because his front bumper was falling out.
Here we go. Here they go. This time Kenji Yamanaka leading, Yokoi following. Both cars leaving the line at the same time. Kenji going through the chicane, shifting up through the gears. Yeah, watch them enter. Yokoi really close, nice close entry. Getting really close to Kenji Yamanaka. Great proximity from Yokoi. Great transitions. Right up on his door. Yokoi right up against Kenji Yamanaka's door, left and right, following him all the way to the finish line.
Almost couldn't see Yokoi at the finish.
That's what you want in the four-door skyline. So Inoka leading on this run. Two-door versus four-door. Both cars pacing each other.
Nomiken close.
Nomiken, whoa! Look at Nomiken. He's fully committed to that entry. Nomiken right up against Inoka, but Inoka still going really fast. Nomiken throwing it in too hard, and a half spin from Nomiken. Inoka completing the run. Nomiken stopped on the track about halfway through, or just in the entry of the wall section of front grip to get them to bite. So here we go. This time Nomiken will be leading, so it's up to Inoka to...
Let's see how aggressively he charges.
Yeah, so here we go. Nomiken going for a fairly wide line this time. He's going to try and keep as much speed in here. So Inoka's entry not quite as good as Nomiken's on the first run. Nomiken full accelerator all the way down through the circuit. Inoka falling behind a bit. Throws it really hard. Nomiken, just like before.
Looks like he's struggling with grip right there.
Yeah. Maybe the setup on his car isn't quite what he's used to, or he's set it up in a certain way, expecting the circuit to be a bit grippier than it is. Second battle, so he wouldn't know how to set up the car by then. Okay, here comes that third battle. Kazuki Hayashi versus Akira Hirajima. Whoa, very close on the entry there. Whoa. Aggressive these two S15s. Look at Hirajima. He's going to tuck in on the inside, get the power down. A little bit of distance. And a straighten! A straighten by Hirajima. Here comes our next battle in the top 16. Fukada versus Kitashiba. So Fukada in the lead. Watch the front of the car lift and tuck down as he changes gears. Big fast entry from both drivers. Good angle. Kitashiba catching up slightly to Fukada. Okay, good lead run.
Inside for Kitashiba.
Big angle all the way out to the edge of the track by Fukada, kicking up dust on the edge of the wall. Nice clean run there from Fukada. Story. Okay, so we're going for the second run here. Fukada and Kitashiba. This time Kitashiba in the S14. Sunoko, S14 Sylvia leading, Fukada following behind. Nice fast entry, slightly earlier entry there from Kitashiba. Hard on the accelerator, Fukada leading, following behind. Kitashiba, nice line here, hard flick. Fukada getting a bit flustered on that second half of the track. He ran very wide and hit both of the clipping point markers with the rear of his car. Okay, here comes our next battle. Tsutomu Fujio in the R34 versus Saito Daigo. Yeah, look at them squirreling around the track. Lots of power between these two cars. Good entry from both of them. Saito Daigo all the way to the edge of the track by Fujio. Big angle from both guys. Look at Saito tuck in behind Fujio, right on him. Well, this is a pretty even run. Not bad. That's a that's probably the most even run we've seen. No one else has one, so why not? I mean, it's
good to be unique.
It is, yeah. It does look kind of cool in its own weird sort of bug-like way. Yeah. Here we go, second run. Daigo Saito leading. Really wide line again. Whoa, Fujio right on his door. Full throttle smoke screen from Daigo Saito. But Fujio not bothered in the slightest bit. Saito, Daigo, smoke screen, smoke pouring out of the Daigo holes in his fenders. Look at that. Wow. Time. These two guys were very, very evenly matched. Both of them made similar mistakes on the lead and follow runs. So here we go again. Fukada leading in the JZF 100. Kitashiba in the S14. Really even entry for the timing of the entry. Both cars. These guys are really well matched. Kitashiba falling behind slightly. Fukada throwing the car up against the concrete wall. Full throttle. Wow, these guys are almost evenly matched, aren't they?
Very good runs.
Very good, very even runs.
So again, Fukada's
can carry more speed, so you know if he does make a slight mistake, he can recover from it a bit better. But as far as speed goes, but for angle and that sort of stuff, Kitashiba has the advantage. So Kitashiba leading. So entry 1, 2. Not quite as much angle from Fukada. Kitashiba riding at the edge of the track. Fukada right behind him. Kitashiba falling, Fukada falling behind a bit. Again, similar sorts of mistakes to the previous runs. Look at them, they're just, it's like you know, watching a video game, we have the ghost replay towards the track. So here comes our next run. Andy Gray versus Izuka Kazuya, or Kazuya Izuka. Both Mark IIs, Mark II chaser leading. Whoa, a bit of a wobble behind there from Izuka. Big angle right into the edge of the track. Andrew Gray, big flick, edge of the track out towards the wall. Izuka struggling slightly behind. Nice angle there on the second half of the run from Andrew Gray.
Wow. Great run by Andy.
That was really good by Andy. Very solid lead run. In the white car on the right leading. Andy Gray, Scotsman on the left. So this time Izuka just has to concentrate on his lead. Andy Gray, aggressive catching up with Izuka on the entry. Good angle, look how close Andy is. So switch back. Whoa, Andy having to flick wide to scrub off a lot of speed.
Bit of offline.
Bit of an offline there, but unfazed by his mistake there. Andrew Gray right up on Izuka's tail towards the edge of the track. Nice run there. Next year, bring some new talent to the Formula D series. All right, here comes our next battle in the top 16. Daigo Saito and Fujio. One more time battle. Both of these guys very aggressive drivers. Both guys right on the limit of the track and on the limiter of the engine. Watch Saito. Saito losing a bit of angle, but diving in, keeping up with Fujio all the way through the track. Whoa. Stuck on Fujio's door all the way through. Daigo Saito in the Lexus. Probably gonna hope to smoke out Fujio again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Fujio jumping a little bit.
Yep, Saito's car making a little bit of horsepower. Squirreling around on the track there. Okay. Fujio, whoa. Oh, big understeer from Fujio. It's all right. It's all right, Daigo. You can back off. Spare the engine.
God damn.
Wow. It sounded like fire. It's like a 4th of July.
Wonder if there was contact. Because
used for Formula Drift here really suits drifting and you know, this level of drifting.
Surrounded by nice
Nice sort
hill.
of trees and forests. Okay, but not enough. We don't have time to look at that now. Here comes Yusuke Kusaba and Champ Yamashita. New school drifter and old school drifter. Whoa!
Oh,
What are you doing, Kusaba? No! Yamashita's just sitting in the back there going, too soon, Junior.
Well, this is actually, Yoichi Yamashita's first tandem battle because he had a bye.
You're right, yeah. From here. Okay, here comes our next battle. Teramachi versus Takatori. Teramachi in the S15. We're looking on the right-hand side of the screen. Takatori, the V8-powered S13 Rocket Bunny Sylvia on the left. And that looks like 100 miles an hour to me. Teramachi, nice entry. Takatori right behind him. Teramachi hard on the accelerator, big angle. Well, really good run here from both of these guys. Teramachi's transitions really nice and snappy. Pretty aggressive, snappy transitions.
Yeah, that's a good lead run, but
Takatori. So Takatori just looking solid there, but let's see if Takatori are the more experienced of the two drivers. So let's see what he does for his lead run. So here we go. Down the front straight. Takatori in the V8. Sylvia leading. Only V8 here today. Teramachi closing in on Takatori. They come past the judging stand into the wall section. Oh. Whoa, look at that. Teramachi getting right up on the back of Takatori. Ooh.
oh, the aggressive chase.
That was a... Here we go. Press the button, run away. This time Yamashita leading the run. Kusaba jumping the start there slightly, which is permitted. Obviously thinks Yamashita's car is a bit more faster and powerful than his. So here we go. Entry, nice entry from Yamashita. So Kusaba right there with him. Kusaba, will he get this transition right? He's right on Yamashita's tail. Nice, aggressive entry, but he's going to... Whoa, no! Once again.
Same place.
Same place, Kusaba smashing into the tyre barrier. Yamashita completing his run without issue. Ah, right. Oh, that looks like... Go, push the button. Run away. We're at the start in the best 8, the top 8 runs. Hayashi leading. Look at that car pull away. Followed by Fukada in the Mark II. Big flick entry from Hayashi. Fukada. Slightly behind, but well, Fukada dropping a wheel off, losing a lot of speed. Well, I wonder if Fukada will be able to recover from this. Fukada a long way behind, still heavy on the accelerator, trying to catch up to Hayashi. Hayashi's lead run, no big mistakes from Hayashi.
That was a great run by Hayashi.
That was an awesome run for this run. Okay, push the button, run away. Here we go. Fukada going to lead this run. Hayashi slightly jumping the start there, which is permitted, trying to keep up with Fukada's pace. So Fukada with a bit more power probably. Yeah, nice big entry, but Fukada, we can barely see Fukada's car behind. Well, barely see Hayashi's car behind Fukada. Look how close he is. Big aggressive flick from Hayashi. Hard on the accelerator. We'll see if he can keep up with him and not have to cut the corner. Wow. Hayashi shadowing Fukada's Mark II. Oh. Yeah, he's just like, I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see it again, so
Yeah, that's it.
here we go.
Okay, next run, Yokoi versus Inooka. Yokoi leading in the D-Max S15. Inooka with the Skyline following aggressive entry by Yokoi. Inooka still there. Big angle from Yokoi. Drops a wheel off. What's going to happen here? I wonder if he's going to be able to retain that speed. Yes, he does. Inooka thrown off with that slightly. Inooka losing angle, but Inooka understeering. Now that's interesting. Because Yokoi worried by it at all and just manages to keep their line and angle. But here we go, that second run with Inooka leading this time. Yokoi, one of the most aggressive guys here and also one of the most skilled. Shadowing entry right there, right at his door. That's got to be extremely intimidating for Inooka. Well, Well, similar sorts of mistakes going on from Yokoi, having to adjust his line and angle. Yokoi.
Right on
Right
Inaka's
on
door.
the
Almost
big-
passing him at the,
Almost passing him at
after the finish.
Yeah. 2015 series. Daigo Saito, one of the most infamous drivers in the whole world. In a car with so much power, the, you know, watch it move around as he, oh, big hit. Oh, what's happened? Andy Gray. Do we have a red flag?
Yeah, we have a red flag.
Okay, we have a red flag, which means a jump start or a hit cone or something like that. Can't really find out too quickly.
In the case, one strike for Andy.
Okay, hit the button, run away. Let's restart this this run by Andy Gray and Daigo Saito. Andy Gray in the red Tourer. So, handbrake entry, Daigo Saito driving on the inside, Daigo Saito. Andy Gray, wall of smoke from both of these cars. Good flick.
Andy drops a tire.
Nice
Saito
lead run.
right on the door.
Daigo Saito jumping over the curb there, getting right up on Andy's door. Smoke pouring off the back of both cars. Button run away. Daigo Saito will be leading in this run. So Daigo through the chicane. It's a drag race to the beginning of the course. Okay. Right up on his door. Daigo pulling away slightly. Andy's angle not quite as strong. Daigo Saito smashing the rev limiter. Andy's slightly off course there, but still not too far off Daigo Saito. Andy washing out a bit, falling behind, but still not a bad run. One more time battle between Hayashi and Fukada. Hayashi leading in the S15 Sylvia. Fukada following. Big aggressive flick entry from Hayashi. Fukada, very consistent, clean driver, following at a safe distance. Hayashi, full acceleration, that wastegate screaming. Fukada not quite as close as we might like him to be. Sort of a consistent distance the whole way around. Yamashita and Teramachi. So Teramachi on fire today. Teramachi in the S15 leading. Yamashita, what's that line he's taking? Something different. So obviously it seems to have worked. Yamashita right up on the door of Teramachi. Teramachi full acceleration. But Yamashita right there, not quite as much angle. Whoa! Wide angle. He's had to bail out of that. Yamashita heavy on the handbrake, trying to salvage that run. Awesome lead run from Teramachi in the S15 Sylvia. You're okay, you're okay. Hit the button, run away. This time Teramachi, okay. Teramachi sort of doing a little jump start there, trying to keep up with Yamashita. Yamashita coming out wide on the handbrake. Teramachi right up on him. Yamashita sort of a shallow line there. Nice flick in towards the wall, but Teramachi right up on his door. Look how close he is to the JZX 100. Teramachi falling right behind Champ Yamashita. Okay, that was an awesome. Wow, he's a
blue one and orange one.
That's right.
So far.
We have chance for another one coming up right here. Fukada and Hayashi's one more time with Fukada in the JZX 100 leading. Fukada just got on the 5-minute timeout before. Close drifting. Nice line from Fukada. Hayashi maybe not timing that very well, but look at him dive in. Hayashi right up against Fukada's door. A bit of a wobble there from Fukada. Hayashi sort of lacking in speed slightly, but Fukada keeping up with him throughout the whole track. So another undecided run, but this time maybe we'll have a decision on this run too. One more time between Daigo Saito and Andy Gray. Andy Gray, our points champion in the series. This entry, Andy Gray. Nice angle from both cars. Big smoke, nice angle on the limiter. Oh, whoa! Oh, we just saw a big blast of fire out the engine bay of Daigo Saito's car.
They hit the transition barrier.
He did it, yes.
Who did it? Daigo did?
Maybe Daigo did, because I just saw a huge burst of flame
Yes.
coming out of the underneath Daigo Saito's Lexus, and here he's limping around the track. Looks like something not under a drift situation. So we're going to see the second half of this run. Daigo Saito leading in the Lexus Sunoco Monster Lexus, followed by Andy Gray, the Power Vehicles, Kazama Auto, 100. Okay, big fast entry by Daigo Saito. Oh, okay. Whoa, Andy running off. Okay, so obviously that loud bang. Here comes Daigo rolling past. Yeah, there's making some very bang pop sounds. Making some funny sounds.
That didn't sound good.
Yeah, well, Daigo doing the right thing and pulling off half onto the grass just in case he's leaking anything, so he doesn't get it on the track. Andy pulling up against him. What's the matter? You're all right?
Maybe a little coffee break.
I wouldn't mind a coffee break right now, to be honest.
Good point.
It's getting a bit chilly here. So yeah, that was probably a terminal bang on that. Arata wins. This he's going to have to go up against Yokoi too. So Yokoi is probably the, I mean, from the driving we've seen so far today, is one of the most experienced. Okay, we're about to begin the last battle in the best 8. Kazuki Hayashi versus Tadahiro Fukada. Hayashi leading this one, Fukada. Good speed, line and angle from both the drivers. Hayashi pulling out ahead, Fukada falling behind a bit. Fukada heavy on the accelerator, trying to catch up to Hayashi. And once again,
kind of like deja vu, huh?
It was very similar to the first run. However, on that time, Hayashi's lead run. This time Fukada leading, so Hayashi, aggressive driver. He's like looking over, looking back over his shoulder, seeing where Fukada is. So Fukada, hard on the accelerator, fast entry from both these guys. A bit of understeer there for Hayashi, but Hayashi right up against Fukada. He's going to switch back at the same time, earlier than Fukada. Aggressive run by Hayashi. Nicely done by Hayashi. That was a bit neater than his first run, his first battle, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
all right.
Back to the battles. Enough about us. Yokoi
Oh, big jump by Hayashi.
versus Hayashi. Big jump by Hayashi. Obviously, he knows Yokoi's got big speed by Yokoi. Big angle from Yokoi. Look at the speed these guys are carrying through the first corner. Hard on the accelerator, right to the edge of the track by Yokoi. But Hayashi's right there with him. Great timing on the flicks from both these drivers out towards the wall. Yokoi, big angle, but Hayashi right on his door all the way around.
Wow,
Power, then Hayashi's. Okay, here we go. This is going to be an interesting battle. Yokoi, very experienced driver. Hayashi also. Okay, Yokoi taking the safe approach to that entry, but much closer than Hayashi was. Yokoi shadowing him. Flick back, so watch Yokoi, see if he tucks it in here. Well, aggressive angle, aggressive entry to that corner there by Yokoi. Yokoi shadowing Hayashi all the way through the course. Wow, round of applause from the from Melbourne, Australia. Good on you, mate. Here we go, final battle.
Here we go.
Yokoi leading Teramachi. This is going to be a hell of a battle. Yokoi, one of the most experienced guys here. Hard battler. Teramachi, aggressive as hell. They both enter. Big angle, really close. Teramachi pushing Yokoi
off the course.
There was contact there.
Oh,
Whoa. Teramachi, well, dial it back a bit, mate.
After pushing Yokoi off the course, he almost
Teramachi leading, final run, Formula Drift Japan, Okayama International Circuit. Teramachi leading Yokoi. Oh, big angle by Teramachi on the lead run. Yokoi, a fair way behind.
Nice run of Teramachi.
Big angle from Teramachi. Yokoi going to try and jump up on the inside, following Teramachi up towards the finish line.
Yoko.
Oh,
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Siri. What's the weather like?
Here's the forecast between today and November 10th, 2015.
It's 12 degrees, according to Siri.
And getting colder.
Getting colder, so yeah. That's not too bad, but it's just chilly.
Yeah, because I remember last year it was like
Yeah.
below freezing.
Well,
so,
oh, geez,
yeah.
okay. All right, here we go. Push the button, run away. Kunihiko Teramachi on his winning run. Nice way to end of the day for Teramachi. Let's see what he has to do. Oh, here we go.
Entry.
Nice.
Is he going to stay
All right, here we go.
inside the course? Yes.
Bake those tires, big angle, flick in towards the concrete wall. Hard on the accelerator, well done. Covering the side of the car in smoke. Well done.
Fast.
That was a good run. Well done to our
Nice run.
today's winner, Kunihiko Teramachi, Goodyear Racing with Origin Lab S15 Sylvia. It was a bit of a shame we couldn't see Yokoi and Teramachi run again.
Yeah, that's a big shame, but
Oh, there's
you know,
Yokoi. Yokoi in the pits. No, he's got a sort of a grin on his face. So, do I have to go over there? You want me to go over there?
where do I go?
Do I have to go? Where do I go? Okay, I'm going.
Hope the car gets there.
No, it should be okay. Well, as long as he doesn't drift in there. So a lot of action today here at Formula Drift Japan. It's a good event.
A lot of intense battles.
There were, yeah, and a lot of we had a lot of one more times as well, and well deserved one more times. So thanks to everyone who's been watching us so far.
Yeah, thanks for being patient
Thanks
with
for
us.
being, patient with us and our sort of stuttering and you know, misuse of words and stuff like that. But hopefully we've had some interesting stuff to say and interesting analysis of all the battles. You know, there is a lot to drifting that a lot of people might not be aware of, and you know, it might help explain the judges' decisions to all of you out there who are fans of Formula Drift. That sometimes you're not really sure about why decisions go the way they do. Decisions in my mouth.